皆さんこんにちは。本日はEAZAの事務局長のMyfanwyさんとお話をしていきたいと思います。Hi Myfanwy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, thank you for letting me join you today.
Oh, that's my word. Thank you so much for joining us today. So at first, I'd like to ask you what's the current situation of the Ukrainian zoos?
Yes. So obviously things are very difficult and dangerous for the zoos in the Ukraine. EAZA has three of our candidate for membership institutions there, Kiev, Mykolaiv and Kharkiv Zoo. And then through the director of Mykolaiv Zoo, he is also the president of the Ukrainian Association of Zoos and Aquaria and has contacts to a range of other zoos as well. The zoos themselves are in various situations, but for the moment, the keepers and the staff are looking after their animals on site and doing their best for them and managing to get food, water and equipment in to care for the animals. In a couple of situations, we have heard about potential relocations of animals between zoos within the Ukraine or sanctuaries to safer locations, and indeed are investigating some options to relocate animals out of the Ukraine as well. Of course, those situations are extremely dangerous, both the staff and the animals involved, going on in a war zone, and we're working with those individual institutions and partners and experts to see what we can do best to care for the animals.
Thank you. So actually in Japan, we don't have not so much information about the Ukrainian zoos and aquarium. And then, non-EAZA members, do you have any information about them?
Yes.
For aquariums.
Yeah, so for these non-EAZA zoos, this is where we are really pleased that we have this good connection with the president of the Ukrainian Zoo Association, and they have links to those other zoos. So some of the ones you may have heard about on the news that have been particularly badly hit have been Feldman Eco Park and Zoos 12 Months. For those institutions, we've been hearing updates from them through our connections in the Ukraine. Things are not looking good, but we're managing to do what we can to help care for the animals, relocate them where possible to safer situations, or care for the animals in sight on those institutions.
I see, I understand that. And how about the zoos in Russia? I heard that, you have the members in Russia too, right?
Yes, indeed we do have some EAZA members in Russia as well. And as far as we're aware, those zoos are just working as normal.
I see. Thank you. So basically the animals and the keepers are working as they are, as same as the previously, so they can manage the zoos. And also you send some of the equipment or the food for animals from other countries to Ukraine?
Yeah, so we've been just amazed by the support from both the zoo and aquarium community globally and individuals as well. From an EAZA perspective, we set up a EAZA fund. You can find details of that on the website, and people have been extremely generous donating to that. And we've used that fund to send money directly into these Ukrainian institutions so that they have money in their bank accounts to help pay for food, supplies on the ground in Ukraine. But also other of our members in Poland have been coordinating efforts with other zoos and aquariums to get a lot of supplies in, and they've sent a massive truckload full of food, veterinary supplies, etc. into the Ukraine, which is then being distributed out to the zoos. So we're having this kind of dual effort of directly sending money as well as sending supplies when it's safe and possible to do so. The latest information I had is that first set of supplies have reached institutions and is going to be utilised, and will keep the animals going for a good few weeks, indeed probably a good month. And then now we're organising the second tranche, the second set of supplies to go in as well. So definitely really valuable, all the support that we're getting from both institutions and individuals into the fund and supporting our EAZA member zoos in Poland and other countries as well that are helping coordinate those actions.
I see. On a website, I saw that the zoo in Kharkov, I don't know how to explain it. Is it correct? Kharkov.
Kharkov? Yes.
Yeah, I heard that some of the keepers were injured, and then some of the exhibit was broken by bomb.
Yeah.
I don't know the correct things, but is it true?
So definitely reports that we've had through is that, it's a very dangerous situation for everybody involved, and the invading forces have not been have been indiscriminate in bombing or shelling zoos and attacking people looking to go in and care for the animals. So yeah, unfortunately we have definitely heard about injuries and deaths to caregivers for animals in Ukraine.
I see. Well, it's very, very sad things. And then, so how Japanese people can help? How Japanese people can support the zoos in Ukraine?
So already we've received overwhelming support from people from Japan and indeed organizations. We've had over 250 individual donations of money into our EAZA fund. You can find details of that on the main EAZA website, EAZA.net. And that'll take you to a portal where you can donate. And also we've had donations from individual institutions as well, like the Japanese Association of Zoos and Aquariums and some individual zoos in Japan as well. So definitely one of the best ways people can help support is to pay into that fund. And then the fund is set up to support really in like 3 phases. So initially what we're looking to do is try and use that fund to get money and to support getting supplies into the zoos now in this initial crisis situation. We're not sure how long the war is going to go on, so of course some of that fund will be to continue that support over the longer term while the war is ongoing. But actually what we also want to do is make sure that once the war is over, we've come to a peaceful and good resolution to this conflict, that we can support the zoos rebuilding and getting back onto their feet again. So some of that money in the fund will be used for long-term rehabilitation of animals, restoration of the exhibits that have been damaged, and returning keepers to the sites to care for animals.
I see. Can you give any message to Japanese people?
Well, definitely thank you for all the support we've received so far. Please do keep looking at the EAZA website. As we're getting information in, we're developing a communications rollout for updates about what's going on in the zoos and giving people updates about how their money is being used and the ongoing situation.
So today, Myfanwy, thank you so much for taking your time, and it's very, very important thing that we know from you, and I do appreciate your kindness, and I hope that through EAZA we can support the Ukrainian zoos, and I hope that things will be peace again.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely will pass on the best wishes of you and all in Japan to those colleagues in Ukraine. We value the support and the camaraderie from a zoo and aquarium community during these very difficult times.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay.